What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Running Water Podcast. Jordan Budd here, and I'm going to do this episode solo. Wanted to, for one, get a few gift ideas in your brain and just some things that I use all the time that I saw that were on sale. Some of my recommendations there for especially a late season, like some of this cold weather stuff we got coming up. I feel like that's really when you want the good stuff, is when it gets cold. So I'm going to go through a little bit of that, and then through some of the episodes that we'll have coming up through the season that we've had, and then some things that we've got coming up like today. So it's November 26th, and we have a video releasing with Sig Sauer today. It is called The Sandhills. It is a whitetail hunt. The Sig guys came to Nebraska on the ranch with me last year and filmed their hunt, and then that is what is coming out. So good thing to put in the queue for watching with the family this week, or just catching it today or tomorrow or whatever as it's come out. Thanksgiving is right here, and there are some good, Black Friday deals that are not happening on Black Friday. They go down all week until the first week of December, which is kind of funny. But yeah, gonna go through some of those. A little bit about what we've been doing. The last time we did an episode, we recapped Leah's sheep hunt that happened in early September. Because of some other plans and stuff, we didn't really end up doing that much between all of Leah's back issues were happening basically in the middle of September. She was just having some issues. She ended up having surgery. And we talked about that all in the last episode, if you want to get the deets on that. But essentially her nerve, that big nerve that runs down your leg, I keep wanting to call it the ulnar nerve. That is not correct. I don't remember what it's called, but basically it was pinched off, making her leg numb. They went in and did I think it's called a discectomy. They took a little bit of her disc out that was pinching the nerve, and it fixed it. So things have been really good, smooth sailing since then. I have been just having to carry more stuff than I usually do, but that's all good. What else do we got? So we got done with that hunt. I came to Nebraska in later September. I drew a non-resident landowner elk tag, and I was able to shoot a big bull. The season opened the 21st of September. So, it's one of those things. Nebraska, that tag is resident only. And, I do get the option just because we've got the ranch, like non-resident landowner. So I have been putting in for a long time and did finally draw this last year. So ended up killing a mid 370s bull, a bull that essentially I had been dreaming about for the last year, because we had him last year around and didn't end up getting him killed. We killed another bull with the client, and this bull came in basically after the client shot his bull. We called him into about 70 yards, got some fantastic video of him, and then he left, and I never saw him again in person until the morning that I shot him, it would have been over a year from when that had happened. So kind of crazy. But he left completely. He did come back. I did have a picture of him. I hadn't seen him in person, but I did have a picture of him this last winter. He showed back up. I had one picture, and then I picked up his matching set of sheds. And then when I figured out that I drew the tag, that's the bull that I was hoping to target. Essentially, I have a ton of Tacticam reveal cams out, and I got pictures, I got a lot of elk, but never had a picture of him until basically, I think it was 2 days before season opened. In the middle of the night, he came back bugling, and then it was still another four days. I think I killed him the third morning of season. It was It was crazy. I called a lot of bulls in, passed a ton of bulls, ones that I was like shaking my head and kind of like, what the hell am I doing? Like, he might be gone for all I know. I hadn't seen him and I only had the one picture in the middle of the night. And then I go out the third morning, there's a bull bugling his brains out, and, end up, kind of following, catching up with him, getting a glimpse of him, seeing it was him, called him from about 800 yards away, a little closer than that, but not much. 800-ish yards away, calling him across an open pasture, which was not that easy, just because, they look and are like, well, there's obviously not a cow there, but I had just enough topography to work with that he thought the bull that was bugling and the cows and stuff were probably over the hill, and so he was making a big circle on me to try to get, downwind to get the wind, and I ended up stopping him at like 380 yards, I think. 360, 380 right in there. I'll have to go back and look at my notes, but right about there, and got him killed, and so that was my huge highlight for the year. Was that it was awesome. So we had a fantastic September. Rolled into I took another client as well, so we killed another bull in September, or it was September, I think. Yeah, it was still September, and rolled into October. We hunted deer in Idaho. Kind of had a rough hunt. Went back to back on that hunt. We went to Colorado and hunted deer. During second season, I killed a deer on the last day of season. We hunted the whole season in a new unit I'd never been to before, so we'll cover that. And then like some of the gear that we used through that whole thing, the Nebraska elk, the Idaho deer, and the Colorado deer, those three I filmed for Meat Eater, so those will be videos will be launching through the Meat Eater film feed next year at some point. I'm not exactly sure when, but coming up, I know that the Idaho film that I, for the most part, or I did self-film it last year in Idaho on that deer hunt, didn't end up shooting a buck, passed on a buck. That this year I'm shaking my head like, geez, why did I do that? There's actually a little bit more to that story that's kind of funny too, that we'll get into. But that film is going to be airing through Meat Eater at some point coming up. I would assume in the next couple of weeks, month. I don't know. I doubt that it'll be next year, but I haven't seen the actual schedule, but I know it's getting finished up because I just wrote and did the voiceover for it not too long ago. Actually today, not too long ago. So we've got that coming up. I'll let you know when that goes out. But as for now, the Sandhills hunt is live on Sig Sauer's YouTube channel. So let's see some sales and stuff that are coming up. Let's see. I just bought a new Roku off of the sales. Walmart has a pretty good one if you're in the market for making your TV a smart TV. It's like if you order through Walmart and get it shipped to you, I don't remember what it's called, the something LT. It's $48. So it's a pretty good one. And Roku's are pretty cool. Okay. So footwear wise, Crispy, I'm a big fan of Crispy for their hunting boots. One later season boot that I wear is the Wild Rock Plus. That is an 800 gram insulated boot, and it doesn't feel like 800 grams though. But it is. So like for our later season Nebraska hunts where it's real cold, like December, all last week in November, I was in that boot. And then in December, I'll be in that boot as well. Right now it is over $100 off. So it's usually 510. Right now it's 408, and it looks like they have basically all the sizes except for 10.5 double E. So, but that's a good, like, it's an all leather boot. It is, let me see. I feel like it's a 10-inch. Yeah, it is. It's a 10-inch high boot, full leather. It's got insulation. I feel like it's a good boot for the stand or even walking. Like, it is 800 grams, but I feel like my feet didn't get like hot in it. So if you're like hiking 7 miles a day, then like, a lighter pair would probably be good. So that's the Wild Rock. It's $100, basically $100 off right now. And then the other boot that I just absolutely love is the Brickstol. And they have like a ton of different types of the Brickstol as well. And they have a women's Brickstol now as well that is insulated. But as far as insulated boots go, the Brickstol is, they've got a couple different models that are 200 gram insulation. So they do have the Pro. Oh, they do have a Pro Stiff Flex now. I didn't know that. But just the standard Brickstol with 200 grams of insulation is $100 off as well. It's basically the same as the Wild Rock, actually, 510 to 408. So the Brickstol Pro is the pair that I wear probably the most. It's got 200 gram insulation, has a little bit taller height than the standard Brickstol. I'm pretty sure it is a 10-inch boot. So it's a 10-inch as well. You've got 200 grams insulation, and the tongue on the Pro is leather instead of, I don't want to say neoprene, but that's basically what the tongue was before. So it would breathe really well. But in like, cold water crossing creeks and stuff like that, especially late season, it was like, it would get kind of cold. So I really like that pair of boots for basically anything. Like, I wore those from like through all the October hunts in the mountains that we were doing. Those are the boots that I was wearing. So there's a couple from Crispy that I really, really like. They're basically $100 off, all these. So, and then, sticking with footwear for a second, rubber insulated boots. I wear these literally like when we're calving all spring. These are the boots that I wear most of the time. I wear like a Schnee's pack boot, and I'll get into an accessory for those in a second as well. And for these, I'll just do that after. So the Lacrosse Arrowhead Sport boots, for a set of rubber boots, to do whatever in. We calve in them all of the time. Use them for like whitetail, turkey season. They're literally the most comfortable rubber boot that I have ever put on in my whole entire life, and I'll wear them forever. I have a pair of the insulated, the 3.5 millimeters, and then I have a pair of the 7 millimeter insulated as well. They're on sale on Lacrosse's website for an awesome price right now. Typically they're $230 for the 3.5 millimeter insulated. They are $138 on sale right now. So that is almost $100 off. And then the 7 millimeters are usually $240, and they're on sale for $144. So that is like such a sick price, really. And then from a different company, Lathrop and Sons, they just came out with a new insole that they call their non-typical insole. You just buy it. It's like not custom. You buy it just at whatever size you are. And it is they basically built these things for the late season. It's like an insulated insole. It is extremely comfortable, and they basically made them for pack type boots, or like, your rubber knee-high boots, waders, or pack boots or whatever. So I have those things, and I have them in my Aero Sports right now that I've been using. Like, I guide in my Aero Sports, like especially for like archery hunting and stuff. I just wear those just because they're simple, easy to pull on, they're warm. So I've got those insoles in those boots right now. But if I go walking a lot or something, and I put another like set of the Schnee's pack boots on, I'll be putting those insoles in those as well. So those are $35. You just pick your size and get them right through Lathrop and Sons. Those are, I'm pretty sure my dad won't listen to this, but I got a pair of those for him for Christmas because he literally lives in his Schnees pack boots all winter. So hopefully he likes them. Okay. What else we got here? Went through the boots, went through all that stuff. Optic wise, so I'll dig into some optics here, but optic accessories that I feel like I literally use this stuff all of the time. And there's Outdoorsman's hardly does a sale on them. And they've got a sale going right now with their tripods. They have some of them like the slick that are their non-aluminum, like Outdoorsman's branded tripods. So like your slick, they've got a 733, 734, 833, the 635, the 634. So Leah uses the slick 634 quite a lot. I have a 624, which Outdoorsman's doesn't carry. But for a pretty good valued carbon fiber tripod that packs down really small and is a good like backcountry packing type tripod, those Slick Pros are like pretty damn good. And most of these, like the 634 that Leah uses the most, is 26% off. So you can pick it up now for $200. And they've got, these 833s are bigger and you could pick it up now for $200, looks like. But the main thing I wanted to talk about was the binocular adapter. So, for throwing your binoculars on a tripod, Outdoorsman's, they have two different heights of posts, and those are aluminum products. They're 10% off right now, and I think like all their heads and regular tripods, their aluminum tripods are all 10% off right now. But basically takes the Outdoorsman's adapter down like $10. So. And then like all their tripod heads and stuff, the Outdoorsman's pan head, the Gen 2, which has the ability to put like the proprietary shoe in as well as any Arca Swiss adapter, that is $50 off at $450. I know it seems like a lot. It's like, God dang, but there's hardly anything besides footwear that I use more than like those tripod heads. And I really like it. And with that, the window mounts. So, the window mount essentially from Outdoorsman's, like usually with a window mount, you like get one, it just has the thread, like what would you call it? Like the little nut, like the threaded stud thing that goes into the bottom of your spotting scope or whatever. And in order to put that in there, you have to like take off the plate that you have to put on your tripod head. Well, this Outdoorsman system, essentially on the bottom of all of their tripod heads, mostly all of them, there is like their proprietary standard like dovetail shoe mount. And what that lets you do is you can get a quick adapter to put on your tripod so you can take the head off, on and off really fast, which is good for a number of things. When we were in Arizona hunting, it is so dusty and dirty. We were just taking the heads off and then they wouldn't get all gummed up with dirt. And then we could put them back on and we didn't have to. It's like a really good system. You don't have to screw on and off all the time. It's just a dovetail. You slide it in, you turn the knob and it's locked in. So you could do that on your tripod side, but the window mount, all it is just the spot that goes on the window and then the dovetail so it can accept that dovetail mount. So you're using the same head on your tripod as you are in your window mount, which basically lets you keep all of the shoes the same on all of the optics that you have, if that makes sense. So yeah, they've got, Outdoorsman's they truly just have a ton of stuff on here. So, and it's all on sale right now. All right, rolling into clothing. I'm just going to talk about, so basically through the First Light website, like everything is up to 50% off. I think the only things that are like 50% off actually are like logo wear and stuff. But there's a bunch of other stuff on here, like up to 40% that I wanted to talk about. So 20% off is the furnace, some of the furnace base layers. So I'm just a huge fan of merino base layers in general. From First Light, I basically wear like the Wick t-shirt or the long sleeve and then the Wick hoodie. That's basically just a long sleeve base layer shirt that has a hood attached to it. Absolutely love it. And then in the later season, we wear the furnace base layers all the time. Like anything cold weather, like from hunting to calving to wearing out on the town, like at football games, anything you want to stay warm. They have different variations of it, but we really like the quarter zip or the hoodie. I wear that furnace hoodie all the time. So those are 20% off right now. And then another big one for me is the Uncompahgre Foundry jacket. That came out last year. The Foundry portion is it's a really robust, warm. It's waterproof. It's windproof. It's a waterproof, windproof puffy jacket is what it is. And Leah skis in hers. It's too warm for me to snowboard in because I fall down, and so I'm like up and down all the time. I get way too sweaty. But riding on the four-wheeler, riding in the side-by-side, calving, like coyote hunting, all that kind of stuff is like, if you want a puffy jacket that 100% blocks the wind, that Unk Foundry is the shiz. It's a very awesome jacket. They have it in women's sizing and in men's. And if something like that like really piques your attention, but you want it for even colder, later season stuff, the Culture jacket is basically the same thing, but more insulation, even warmer and more awesome. For like snowmobiling, that thing is where it's at. When it's really cold and we're calving here, that is what I wear with both of those jackets. They also have, for the Unk Foundry, they also have a vest version of it that they don't call the Unk Foundry vest. But that's essentially what it is. So like those two things are awesome. Like at times like this, when things are on sale, that's when I always try to pick up gloves. So like the Cody glove from First Light, I really like. The Alpine glove, those are the two gloves that I literally bounce between all the time. Really like those. And yeah, then socks, the cold weather, I think they call it the OTC sock. That one for really cold weather, especially like that kind of a sock in a rubber boot, is legit. And then just their midway sock is what I like to use just most of the time. Anyways, so that, and then for the pants, I wanted to highlight, they've got some sales going on basically in all the pants, like the Corrugate Foundries, the Catalyst Foundries. I really like the Catalyst Foundries for this late season stuff. But another pant that unfortunately isn't on sale because it is new, but the 308 lined pant. I was able to use that thing for the whole last year before it even came out. And from mid-October, if it got colder in October, I'd use it earlier. But October, November, December, if you were around me, I'm wearing the 308 pants, the lined version of the pants. They're lightly fleece lined. They still have hip vents. I really like the pocket design where they got two pockets. They're just like a super warm, comfortable workhorse type pant that literally I'm just wearing in the colder months because it's awesome. So those are a few of the clothing things. Like another thing that I think people like, and they're even catching on, they like it more now, Stormy Chromers. Like if you haven't worn a Stormy Chromer hat, it's a wool hat made for the late season, like made for colder temperatures. And they have a ton of different designs. I personally just like the original. It has ear flaps, so ear flaps can like come over your ears, and it's kind of like having a beanie and a hat on at the same time. Some people think they look goofy. I personally don't care. I think that they're awesome, but there are a few places like Shields that have them on sale for like $10 off. So $38 instead of the normal 48. To me, that's an awesome stocking stuffer. So you can look at those ones. I'm trying to think what else I got in here. A couple things from FHF gear that I do very much like. For one, the hand muff. They call it the Molly muff. It basically is a place that you can put your hands. Think of like a quarterback sleeve, but there's a bunch of different ways that you can use it. So they have like a Velcro system attached that you can Velcro it in certain things like, they're a tactical company as well. So like chest carriers, plate carriers, you can Velcro it in. You could Velcro it into other things, as well. It has just a strap on it that you can put around your body, just like a regular quarterback muff, or you can clip it on your bino harness, which is how I run mine. So the way I use it is I clip it into the bottom of my bino harness. It hangs down there. And then if you've got things going on, like, it's cold as hell, you're trying to glass or work something that needs that you like can't really have. You don't want to have your gloves on for or whatever. Literally in the morning before we go to guide somebody, I throw a hand warmer in that, and that's where it stays. The whole season of cold is right there, on my bino harness. And then you could just unclip it, take it off really easy. Works extremely well. So that's one right now that is 30% off. It's $77. Right now for a few different colors. And then you've got 15% off the regular fob harness, which is their big go-to. The Pro M bino harness, which is like the original bino harness, 40% off. You can get that for $75, but I have an even better deal for that if you're in the market for, I would say it's like a gift bundle deal for your kids, or some like your hunting partner or something. There's some SIG binos that will bundle with that harness. But the other FHF one I wanted to talk about is their sling. I've been on a big sling kick the last couple of years, trying tons of different ones. I'm sure I'll talk about it on an episode. I tried the Stone Glacier one this year. I've used the Kafaru one a lot. I used the FHF sling last year. And basically these are not your normal sling systems to be able to carry your rifle more securely than a regular sling where the thing is always falling off your shoulder, and then have it still really easy to get to, which is usually you have that thing up against your pack strapped on, and then you like have a deer pop out. You can't always take your pack off and take your gun off. Like that just doesn't work. And that I had a scenario in Colorado where I was using the Stone Glacier one in kind of a modified version, a modified Jordan version. And I was literally able to get my pack, or I was able to get it like off of the sling and to my shoulder and ready to shoot within seconds. And if that would have been a big buck that was standing in front of us, like 60 yards through the trees, like he would have been dead. So, and I wouldn't have been able to do that. I didn't have to take my pack off to do that. And if it was strapped against the back of my pack, I would have had to take it off. You move like a trillion times more. It takes a lot longer and all that stuff. So, a couple of things. So the rifle sling system from FHF, essentially what it is there's a piece on that sling that's like the receiving or the female end of the clip, of a clip. And what you do is on your backpack, you also put a clip. So you can clip when you have your shoulder. Just think of like putting a sling on your shoulder like normal, just a normal sling, shoulder sling. You can clip that into your backpack. So for one, it's not falling off the side of your shoulder, which is so annoying. And then it also will keep the butt of your gun close to your hip belt, which again, just like it doesn't move around, it doesn't wear your shoulder out, it doesn't fall off your shoulder. It's just an awesome attachment system and can be attached in a few different ways. And that thing is 20% off right now. You can get it for $56 in quite a few different colors. I have mine in blaze orange. So that works. That thing works well. And then another thing from FHF that I think is really valuable is that their Tack Mountain rifle case. So it's a soft rifle case that you can put, it has some MOLLE on the outside that you can put pouches and stuff like that on. But it also, they made it so it has a strap system that can strap to the back of your headrests on your vehicle. So the gun basically lays against the back seats of your vehicle. If you have people going in and out all the time, it's obviously not the greatest for that because they wouldn't be able to do that. But as a place to put your rifle always inside, that's a great option. I personally took mine and I have it in my side-by-side attached to the back roll bars. So when we were in Colorado, our guns needed to be cased, like, completely unloaded, no rounds in the magazine even. And then it had to be in a soft case or a hard case that was completely enclosed. So you had to completely zip it. So it worked really well for that. And I put it inside against the back window essentially. And it worked really, really good for that. I kind of just left it that way because it works so good. So that's another one that you can check out if you're in the market for a rifle case. I have the shorter one, and with my cross, I can fold, I just fold the stock, put the cross in there, and I can actually put both of them. I have put my 6.5 Creedmoor and my 7 PRC both in one case, and then I put it in my deck drawer system. So then that's a place I can lock it and all that stuff. Or I put it in the back seat of my truck and I'm able to get it out really quick, or in my rifle. In my side-by-side as well. And it works really good. They're legit cases. I really like them. And they are on sale right now for $75 off starting. So that goes through FHF. Things that I was thinking about that are nice. I'm going to do a video going through, I use the regular fob FHF harness. And I've got it set up kind of in a unique way. I feel like that really works well for me. So let's see what else. Okay. Through the Meat Eater store, they really do some awesome bundle deals, especially because Meat Eater owns FHF gear, so they can do some really cool bundle deals with some of the optics that they carry. So, let me do this real quick. They carry Sig Sauer binoculars and stuff as well. So, here's one really good bundle deal that I feel like for a kid, or you're trying to get just a setup for somebody else and trying to save some cash. The Zulu 7 binoculars, they're 10x42s. Those are like a really good entry level glass, in my opinion. That bundle deal right now is 20% off. So you'll get the Pro M Bino harness from FHF and the binoculars for $540. So for me, I think that's a good deal. Another thing that they have on sale right now. Let's see, I didn't screenshot all of these because apparently I don't think in advance, but the optics, they carry 6-hour optics as well, which is what I use. I use the Zulu 10, the 10x42s. They are 20% off right now. Some scopes that I really like the Whiskey 4 is on sale right now for $320. It's a 4-16, non-illuminated, just a basic scope, but it does have an exposed turret, so you can dial. It's an awesome scope, and it's at a very good price right now. And then another hot item that is coming up is the Zulu 6, which are the image stabilizing binoculars. They have the 12 powers on sale right now for $800. That's what is that? Yeah, that's $200 off MSRP. It's 20% off. So it's like a great time to get in, upgrade some optics, add some optics to your setup. And yeah, that's definitely like the meter store for gear. Don't overlook it because they have good deals going on quite a bit. And they also have a lot of good bundle deals going on. So let me see. That made it through, I think, most of the things that stuck out in my mind. And the last thing they have Argali, the High Country ultralight game bag pack is on sale for $10 off. And then something else I've been using a ton of this year. I think I have 30 cameras out right now. The Tacticam Reveal cell cameras. They're awesome. The new Gen 3s that they just came out with, I have a few of those. I went to a few of those as well. And those ones, like, you don't have to put a memory card in them. So there for me saves a lot of money. And they also automatically change between whichever is the best carrier. They automatically do that, so you don't have to pick which one or put a SIM card in to pick which one. I've noticed it's saved a ton on like getting them out and getting them set up. It's much quicker. There's a bunch of people that sell them. Like, honestly, Amazon is is a great place to find them. They always do like bundle deals on cameras, and you'll have like, they'll be $40 off or whatever for some of those bundle deals. Like here's a 2-pack of the Gen 2 Reveal X's, I have a ton of those. I mostly have those out right now. For a pack of 2, they have them marked down to $220 from $250. So saves you a little bit of money there. There's tons of places to look for them. Scheels has awesome things as well, but I can't say enough really good things about those Reveal cameras. Easy to set up. Everything's in one app. The last few years I've had like different cameras kind of strung out with different apps, and I felt like the Reveal app was like the most user friendly. It definitely seemed like they were the most reliable for getting pictures sent to me. Some of the other cameras, it was just like really hit and miss, but these ones have seemed like they were better. So I just completely switched over to it this year, and they've been awesome, especially for as many as I have out. I did also get, like, if you already have one of those cameras, a really good upgrade is those lithium battery packs. So you can those rechargeable lithium packs. I was going through literally so many batteries, hundreds of dollars of batteries, and it was getting old. So got a hold of some of those lithium ones, and they've been really good. And then you still have the regular battery pack. So like if I need to go, if the lithium pack is going dead, I can go pull it, put a new one with batteries in, charge the lithium. Next time I go buy that camera, I can swap them. And then my batteries, it just extends your battery life by quite a bit. So that's basically all I have. It's kind of the big gear dump, some of the items that have been kind of at the top of my mind that I just use literally all the time. Those are the ones that I just went through. So yeah, again, the Sandhills film comes out today on the 6 Hour YouTube channel. Check it out if you want to. It's November 26th. It goes live today. And I hope everybody has an awesome Thanksgiving. Enjoy time with your family and friends. Enjoy some good football games. And yeah, have an awesome week.